It's been a long road getting a new season. It's been a long time, but our time is getting so near, you guys. Can you feel it? Can you feel that the renewal announcement is coming? We're so close, you guys. How is it going? Welcome to Talking the Orville. That's right, we're Talking the Orville right now on Egotastic FunTime. It's so good to see you guys. It has been a while. I think this might be my first stream in October, I think. It's been a while, and I'll tell you why. What's up, JP? Hey, Mr. Tommy Pickles, official channel member. I saw that renewal the other day. Thank you so much. Sci-Fi Mombi, official channel member. Yes, we do. Sci-Fi says we need a two-part special for Sympathy for the Devil and Saving Anaya. For each storyline. I know that Sympathy for the Devil's been written. The script is written. It's ready to go. I know they originally planned Sympathy for the Devil to be a single episode, though it is kind of a story that is split in half. The first half is the dude, is the World War II era part of the story, and then the second part of the story is the Orville shows up and starts taking care of business Orville style. I know they planned it to be one episode. That episode got cut from season 3. We were supposed to have had 11 episodes in season 3, but that episode was cut because they couldn't travel. The only place that would be believable to film the story of Sympathy for the Devil is to film it overseas, like in Ukraine or something like that. It wouldn't be believable if they filmed it out here. And so they couldn't travel during the filming because of the whole COVID world shutdown thing that happened to pretty much all of us. Seth wants to make that episode really badly. And I think we're going to get that episode. No, I don't think. I know we're going to get that episode. The Orville shall return. Yes, Josh Copeland. It shall. A lot of people have given up. Don't. I know it's been a while, but there's more Orville coming. And it's not just because I'm a hardcore fan. I know there's more Orville coming. It's just going to be a while. But once they announce it, and it's getting really soon because they said that they have an awesome announcement to make for the Orville once all the strikes are over. Now, we ended the writer's strike, a couple weeks ago, and now we're just waiting for the actor's strike. I think they went back to talks. The money-hungry producers and the actors went back to talks today, or they're about to, or maybe it hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen anytime now. It might even be announced while we're doing this live stream. Either way, when we get the full announcement of the actors' strike ending, we'll do another live show and we'll talk about that, and it's going to be a great time. But anyway, we know that once both strikes are over, there's an announcement waiting for us, and it's going to be a good announcement. I don't know the details of the announcement, the specific details, but I do know there's supposed to be more Orville for us Orvillians and those who don't even know they're fans of the Orville yet, but they will become fans of the Orville, because how can you deny it? How can you deny the Orville? I can't deny it. Brian Dawkins, official channel member. What is going on, Brian? So good to have you here. So good to have all of you here. Emmanuel Shepard, channel member. Sympathy for the Devil. The book was great, but it didn't have any B plots. Little side moments outside the main story. Do you think the episode version will add that in? I think definitely possibly, because since it was already written a while ago, that episode, and they haven't done it, and they plan on doing it for the next season. I think there's going to be some updates. I'm sure they're going to put little updates, because that's just the way things go. So once they start, planning it out, I'm sure they're going to add little, because they also probably going to add little things that apply to modern day society, things that have happened in society since the original writing of that script. I'm sure they're going to update it. For us nowadays people, because we all are living in the nowadays. Unfortunately, we're living in the nowadays. But yeah, updates It's something that Orville is all about, speaking about society. Sympathy for the Devil has such a great message to it, though, um, about forgiveness, or should there be forgiveness. It's about algorithms, which is a topic that I love learning about and watching the effects of algorithms. And that's what Sympathy for the Devil is about. I mean, it's about a lot of stuff, but that's the big thing. The big underlying current of that story is the effects that algorithms have on people. And a lot of you, I'm sure, living today have noticed a lot of people have been affected by algorithms. They now speak for the algorithm. Sci-fi Mombi, keep the faith, my friends. It's a coming. I agree. I have never lost faith in the Orville. I have all the reasons that I can't speak about to believe that there's more coming. I just don't know the fine details. Multiple season renewal, please. Yes, Tommy Pickles, I agree with that. The Orville has been through so much over the years, over its entire lifespan. We're always waiting to see, oh my God, are we going to get that renewal? We don't know if we're going to get the renewal. We don't know. Oh, they're making season 3. Are they even going to come out with it, though? Because the world is messed up right now. The Orville deserves a multi-season renewal. I think they should just renew them 10 seasons at a time. James at Large, what's going on? I want to see Ed and Kelly get back together in season 4. Yes, last season in the season finale, Future Unknown, great name. We got a little hint that there might be some stuff going on with Kelly and Ed. Now in season 2, they also gave it a try again. It didn't work out because Kelly's like, oh, she had her reasons for not pursuing the relationship. I think there are reasons that don't apply because whether Ed's with Kelly or not with Kelly, he's always going to be affected by anything having to do with Kelly. Because even if they're not together, they're like best friends. So no matter what, he's always going to think about her when it comes to making the hard decisions. That has nothing to do with them being in a relationship. That's his best friend. That's his person. They're each other's person, you guys. And he's not going to take that lightly. If he has to send someone to their death, if he has to choose between Bortus or Kelly, he's going to choose Bortus. I mean, that's just the way it is. Brian Dawkins, thank you so much for that super chat. Can you get my favorite kitty some cat soup? Yes, I can't. Actually, I'm going to get her some dry food. She's out of dry food, and I have to go get her some dry food. So I might have, she has wet food, but I'll have to get her some dry food, and that's going to help a lot. But, you know, maybe I'll get her a little soup as well, because the dry food's not that expensive. I might have $1 extra to get her some soup, and she'll be very appreciative, and I'll let her know who it's from, Brian. Tom M., I hate to interrupt, but what's the title of the show with the evil clown? Alara faces her fears. I'm going to watch it tonight. That is Firestorm. Yeah, Firestorm. That's a great episode, great Halloween episode of the Orville. Orville has 2 really good Halloween episodes. I was going to try to plan a Halloween watch party. I just do not have the time. I've tried to figure out a time to do it, but I just have too much stuff to do. Family stuff, Halloween, you know. But if you want to do a double feature that's Halloween adjacent for the Orville, Firestorm from season 1, which is what, episode 10, I believe, and Mortality Paradox from season 3. Those are 2 episodes dealing with fear. They're scary. You don't know what's going on, and you find out that you know what's going on. And I just watched both of those episodes just the other day, and then I watched the pilot again, and I figured something out about Gordon that all makes sense. Okay, in Firestorm, we learned that Gordon is afraid of monsters. He's afraid of being killed by a monster. That is reinforced in Mortality Paradox, where he has to face off against Randall, a monster, and he's scared to death that he's going to be killed by a giant monster. Notice when we first met Gordon, what was he doing? He was in the environmental simulator fighting a monster, an ogre, having a shogun fight, something like that, or a whatever fight. He's fighting a monster, an ogre. An ogre is a monster. But he gave it a really cool personality, a really safe personality. That's exactly what someone who's afraid of monsters, who's going to fight monsters, would do if they have control. I'm going to fight a monster, but I'm going to make him a cool dude. So that totally makes sense. And I just realized that the other day when I was watching, well, all 3 of those episodes. I'm always watching the Orville, you guys. I'm always trying to find new little connections and just learn more about the universe. Curtis Tate, what's going on? And Kelly is fine as well. Going off of Sci-Fi Mommies, can't we just find a new love interest for Ed, not Kelly or Talia? Yeah, someone who's not. Well, Kelly's awesome. I love Kelly, but Talia is gone. She's off the rails. I'm gonna just go ahead and call her too much. Red flags when it comes to Talia. She's had her chance. I think she's gone for good. I think, well, she'll be back in the next season, I'm sure, because we've got to figure out this Anaya situation, right? But I think when it comes to saving her, she might have a last bit of regret before she dies or something like that, or gets put in prison forever. But I think she's gone too far. She's done too many horrible things to ever think that she'll ever be fully redeemed. What's up, Orville Nation? How you doing? Randall. You know what's funny about Randall? Okay. So Gordon, when he was fighting the ogre Justin, I love the ogre Justin. Justin's my first name in real life, right? I go by JP. Everyone calls me JP. My mom calls me JP, but my name's Justin. And then he goes up against Randall in season 3. Randall's my middle name, named after my father. So he had a Justin monster and a Randall monster. Isn't that crazy, you guys? I'm sure it was done on purpose, right? Archmage Frey, what's going on? No, Gordon has a phobia of the surgeon. It's Ed who's afraid of spiders. Oh yeah, the spiders thing, but there's the monster thing, right? Wasn't that Gordon? Or was it just the surgeon? I have to go back. Did I miss that? Well, Gordon's always going up against monsters. He got eaten by a spider. He got a spider on his face. I wouldn't think a spider on his face is a monster. Well, it's a little monster. Spiders are monsters, you guys. Man, I have to watch that again. One thing I love about Firestorm is at the end, it's a little thing they did when Alara's trying to escape the ship, get off the ship, and she's in the shuttle, and Isaac walks up pushing a big old crate of dynamite. That's a Warner Brothers gag. That's Bugs Bunny gag, and they put that in there. I always find that incredibly funny, and I know why they did that, and I just wonder how many other people actually get that joke. So Gordon is afraid of the surgeon. His phobia is the surgeon. I always thought of him maybe because of Minority Paradox, because he was so afraid of the Randall monster. Maybe I just put him into that place. They are planning an Orville movie, says Richard Thompson. I know they planned on doing a movie at some point. They've been talking about that since the first season. Alara was on the surgery bed. Yeah, well, Isaac created that program in Firestorm, taking different fears from different people and putting them into the program. Any chance you might get a role in season 4 show? Yes, there's a chance. There's definitely a chance that I might get a role in season 4. I would probably just have to figure out how to get there. I mean, if I have enough gas money, I guess I could drive over there. I know the way. I've done it before. Scott Grimes loves spiders. See, I didn't know that about Scott. I hate spiders. I don't like spiders at all. I don't like them at all. I like cats. I'm a cat guy. Spiders don't do it for me. Orville Nation, thank you so much for that super chat. Oh, let me bust out a couple of these.
There was no equipment malfunction.
Well, you don't have to brag about it.
And for Brian, let's do a
Oh my God.
Oh God.
My God.
It's so good.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
That is so good.
So good. I could go for a Twinkie right now, you guys. Spider. Let's see. What's up, Barry? How you doing? Good to see you. Well, apparently there's I don't know if it's movies or a couple movies, but I know Seth wants a fourth season. I know the entire cast wants a fourth season. They love the show, they love the work, and they want work. You gotta have work. They've been out of work for a long time now because of the strikes going on in Hollywood. We finally got chat shows are back because the writer's strike ended. All of a sudden we can have some chat shows again. And Saturday Night Live is back. Now I know everyone's acting in on Saturday Night Live. I wonder how they get around it because I guess they're all considered writers as well. So I guess they can act out their own writings. I don't know what the ins and outs of that are. If anybody knows, let me know because that's just something I'm interested in. Tom M, I would love it if they had Jeffrey Combs as a guest star. What would Jeffrey Combs play?
Hooray!
We can't
Hooray
quite
for
have
you!
him be a reception because we're so it would just be too on the nose, wouldn't it? If he was playing a blue reception when he used to be an Andorian. We love Jeffrey Combs. I don't think I would want Jeffrey. They always bring people in as admirals. A lot of guest stars play admirals, but I'd love it if they had some guest stars play other characters. Like they had Marina Sirtis play the school teacher. I would love it if we got her back for a scene next season. She's supposed to be the school teacher unless they replaced her and didn't tell us, which I guess could happen. We didn't even know there was a school on board until we saw a school on board. Brian Dawkins, thank you so much. Oh, and let's give you a...
You ever see a picture of a caterpillar pupa?
Come on.
But it was the thought that counted.
But it was a thought that counted. Exactly.
Brian Dawkins says, your shorts are doing a good job keeping the Orville in front of people. That's my plan with that. And the community likes your posting on X. I'm glad we stand together on this. Thank you, Brian Dawkins. The shorts, you guys. I've been doing shorts to keep the Orville in front of people's eyes. It's been working. I've noticed it's been working. I've seen a lot of people online saying they discovered the Orville because they saw a bunch of shorts. I'm mostly the main person doing Orville shorts on YouTube. I have been trying to migrate all my shorts over to my second channel, Ego FT, because mixing a shorts audience and a long format audience doesn't work. I mean, this shouldn't matter, but it does, because people that are interested in shorts, they don't want to watch a long video, and I totally get that. And vice versa, I guess. But right now, the shorts are keeping the channel afloat while we wait for the arrival of our season 4 announcement, or whatever announcement we're getting with the Orville. There's more Orville coming. Eventually I'm going to stop with the shorts when it comes to this channel and only have them on the second channel, because the main purpose of those is just to get more people to watch the show. That is, as Orville fans, as being part of this community, our main job right now is to get people to watch the Orville, to talk about the Orville. So that way, when they make the announcement, everyone's going to be interested in the Orville. They're going to go back. They're going to discover it on Disney Plus or on Hulu, or they're going to rediscover it on those two platforms. They're going to start watching it again. And then all the numbers will come in, and the powers that be that stream these things and make these things, they'll be like, oh, we're going to give this universe a bigger future. We need multiple seasons. We need spin-offs, things like that. Spin-offs, I think, is why they added the subtitle New Horizons. Now, when another season comes out, are they just going to call it New Horizons The Orville? Or will it still be The Orville New Horizons? I'm very interested to see what happens on that front. But we're getting closer, you guys. Thank you, Archmage Frey says, I, for one, salute your shorts. I thought about starting a channel called Salute Your Shorts. I get that joke. I get that reference. Wasn't that show on Nickelodeon? Archmage Freddy, Jeffrey Combs should play every single person on an alien planet. If he's up for it, I say go for it, Jeffrey. The Orville needs you. Josh Copeland, JP shorts are nothing short of glorious. Thank you very much. It's the Orville. It's the Orville's doing. They put out great content. I try to clip it and, edit it for time and for the screen so that everything fits in that stupid little vertical screen. And so people can get little jokes, little reminders of the Orville every day. As long as I'm around, the Orville's not going anywhere, you guys. Ooh, Mohammed says, when do you think season 4 is going to be released if it were to be renewed by the end of this year? I predicted a year ago. I predicted last July. Well, not last July, July before that at this point, because we're in October. I predicted the Orville wouldn't be back until 2025. And that's when season 3 was still in the middle of airing brand new episodes. I just thought about it. I was like, well, it takes a while to write a bunch of scripts. It takes a while to figure out a schedule, to get things built, to get things figured out, to film it, to edit it, to promote it, all that stuff. I thought 2025 sounds about right. And I got more to tell you on that story, but I'm sworn to secrecy until an announcement is made. And then I'll tell you a little bit more about that story. There's more to tell about that prediction. I just can't at this time, but hopefully very soon I will be able to tell you about it. The Brown Guy, so good to see you.
Hey, man, I'm on your side. I always knew Isaac was a scumbag. Only had one thing on his mind, that guy. You're better off without him.
You know what Isaac has on his mind, you guys. Hi, JP. It's been a while. How's the family? You are looking quite trim. I'm still hoping for several more seasons, as am I. Doing Orville stuff. I've been doing it every day since 2017. I love doing it. I love talking about it. I love researching it, getting into it. Right now, YouTube isn't super excited about Orville stuff, but they will be. Audiences will be as soon as an announcement gets made. And then I got a lot of content ready for that announcement that's already on here. And people will start looking for Orville stuff, and all of a sudden the numbers will go up and up and up. The family is good. They're on the other side of these walls, probably eating dinner. I'll eat dinner once we're done streaming here. But thank you very much. And thank you. I'm not super trim yet, but I don't, I move around. I don't eat a bunch of junk like I used to in my younger days. But here's to more seasons of the Orville, or at least a bunch of movies, man. But we're getting something. I just don't know the details yet. Jennifer Williams, we need more seasons of Orville. They need to tell us that more is coming. I know they've been waiting because they just consider it rude to announce new things when there's, when the strikes are going on. Once the strike's over, then they'll have something to tell us. Hooray! And the strike's been going on for a long time. Hooray! But yes, very good to see you, DeBrown. Did I do a sound effect for you? I think I did. If I didn't, just let me know. I got to save them. I got to save them. One sound bite per super chat or super sticker. My big mouth. I would much like the main title to be New Horizons. I agree. And the Orville, and later, whatever spinoffs get done lately, as the subtitle. I totally agree. When the Orville first came out as the Orville, I'm like, oh, I love this show. But what if they do spinoffs? What are they going to call it that people can attach it to the main IP? Disney was the one that convinced Seth to add on New Horizons to the title. And I think it's specifically for that reason, so they can do spinoffs. Brianna says, hey, where my Seth Trekkies at? We're right here. We're all here, you guys. Leapshin just joined. What have I missed? You haven't missed anything except for some great Orville chat. We're waiting for an announcement. We're getting closer and closer and closer to that announcement. We are just waiting for the actors strike to finish. Once the actors strike is done, then there's a really good chance, keep your eyes on your social medias, you guys, because there'll be some news coming out. Or just keep it right here on Egotastic FunTime. I will be telling you everything as soon as I find out as well. Emmanuel Shepard, thank you so much. Where's Gordon's leg? I haven't heard that soundbite in a long time. What cameo from another Trek actor would you most like to see? P.S. Have a great Halloween with the family. Thank you so much. We're doing family Halloween tomorrow. We're going over to my mom's. Some of you know my mom moved here in the spring. This will be our first Halloween together in decade and a half, I guess. We're really excited. We were going to carve pumpkins yesterday. We're going to go over there and carve pumpkins, but it's really cold and really rainy today. What cameo? Well, Jeffrey Combs would be great. Actually, Jonathan Frakes, now that he's probably got a little bit more confidence in acting now that he's back with Star Trek, but he's directed 2 great episodes of The Orville. He's friends of The Orville. Love to get Jonathan Frakes in front of the camera. Behind the camera would be great too, but I'd love to see him in front of the camera. In a new season, I don't know if they're going to do what they did in season 3, which only had John Cassar and Seth MacFarlane directing, no other guest directors. I wonder if they'll continue on that course in a new season. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Mark Lawrence, thank you so much for that super chat.
Really? This is my job? How did I win at life? But I did. I won. Yeah.
Clyden was clapping all over that. I'm sorry about that. But we won. We won. We're going to eventually get some more Orville. I can wait as long as we get more seasons. Long-suffering Venture Brothers fan here. Didn't they eventually do a new season of Venture Brothers? I haven't seen Venture Brothers in a very long time. Maybe they did. You'll have to let me know. I try to stay away from TV as much as I can nowadays. There's just so much of it, and they want you to watch every bit of it on every different streaming service, and you can only afford so many. I'm a free trial guy nowadays, except for when it comes to Hulu. I got to me that Hulu nonstop all the time. Everything else I'm trying to do free trials. It's just easier that way. It's cheaper that way. Mr. Tommy Pickles, I'm such a mama's boy. Give your mom an extra hug for me. I will. I missed out on a lot of mama hugs since I moved out here 13 or 14 years ago. And now she's back. But not only my mom, about a month ago, my sister moved out here, and she is loving it. And she just got the job of her dreams the other day, so she's super happy there. So she's making the money that she wants with the job she wants, and she'll start that job pretty soon. But I'll give her extra family hugs as well. Ooh, I kind of like that. Matthew Longstaff says Scott Bakula. What? I would love to have Scott Bakula. I feel like they would have Scott Bakula play an admiral. I would love to have him play something else, because the admirals are just so small and nothing that good is going on. I mean, Ted Danson had a pretty big admiral role last season. He had a big moment, but they usually don't get very big moments. I want Scott Bakula to have something awesome. I want the story to revolve around whatever character he would play. John Delancey in the Orville, that would be awesome. I met John Delancey. He's a cool dude. He's a nice guy, but also, he's cute. We love him. He's got that attitude about him where you just want to watch more. What would John Delancey play in the Orville? You can't play a godlike character. That'd just be too on the nose. Jeff B, Jalo Jalong and Prosper, JP and all. Thank you very much. Jalo Jalong and Prosper for all goes to anyone who loves the Orville or who is about to love the Orville. Because I think the Orville audience, as many of us as there are, and there are a lot, there are millions upon millions and millions around the entire world, there is so much more out there So many more people out there to become part of our fandom, you guys. Bill Shatner. I am on the fence with Bill Shatner. I love Bill. I love seeing him. He doesn't do that much. Maybe Bill could play Kelly's dad. We still need to learn about. I have the feeling Kelly's dad passed away, but we don't know that for sure. He could have just retired from the fleet. It could have just been a retirement situation. Lots of people give respect to Kelly's father in the series, but we don't know exactly what's going on with the dad. So let's have him be alive, and let's have him be Bill Shatner, you guys. Yes, Muhammad, we do need another season ASAP. And that's what it'll be. It'll be as soon as possible. But the possibility of what it takes to make an amazing season of sci-fi like the Orville does, it takes time. Barry says, my granddaughter has Hulu, my stepson has Paramount, and we have Netflix. So all together, you guys got the trifecta going. I have to say, I'm a huge fan of Peacock. I watch Peacock the most. I love Peacock so much, I even subscribe to the commercial-free version of it. It's got everything that I want, but it doesn't have the Orville. But hey, you know who works for Peacock? You know whose main job is Peacock? Seth MacFarlane. So what if they said, hey, what if Disney's like, and I doubt this because I think Disney will pay for the Orville. But what if they're like, hey, let's see if Peacock wants it. Seth's already working there. I'd be fine with that. But Disney, I think, is a better platform because it's wider range. And I want the Orville to be all over the world. Jennifer Williams would be awesome. Now, there's a cameo from Nana Visitor that was supposed to happen in season 2, technically season 1, but the episode Primal Urges didn't air until season 2. She was supposed to play the leader of the planet that was being destroyed by that sun, is being sucked into that sun. Nana Visitor was supposed to play the leader of that people, but there was a mix-up with the casting. She wasn't told. She was already out of town, so she couldn't make it to the shoot because she didn't know she got the gig. So it was a big old to-do, but it wasn't that big of a role anyway. But it would have been nice to see her. Shatner voicing Avis. Yes, a lot of us have been wanting that. Will we ever see Avis? Now, of course, if we see Avis, it'll probably be an environmental simulator story, which would be fine. But it would be cool if they got somebody really interesting to play the voice of Avis, if we ever met Avis in the simulator. Orville Nation says, I think Kelly's dad is not dead. I could totally see him as not being dead. There's no reason for him to have to be dead. It's never really been a story of like, oh, Kelly misses her dad or anything like that. He could totally be alive. And he's just a big deal. He's just a big deal with the Planetary Union. Orville Nation says Peacock is not bad. Yeah, I love Peacock. They have so many newer movies there. Strays, that new dog movie with Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx, that's on there. That was really damn good. It's not family friendly, I'll tell you that. It's very adult, but it was great. Five Nights at Freddy's is available on Peacock. Now, I watched it last week in the movie theater, but it is available on on Peacock as well. And a bunch of other newer movies are there as well. The Brown Guy. Hey, JP, one question. Did they ever release the Orville on Blu-ray? No, not yet. It will happen someday. I just have no news on that front. I don't even have news on a DVD release. Not that I care about a DVD release, but lots of people do. I'm all about that digitalness. I got it on Amazon. You can buy it digitally on Amazon, but no DVD or definitely no Blu-ray. Not as of yet, but eventually it will be. It has to be, right? Tommy Pickle says the streaming service that surprised me the most with how good it was, Pluto TV, and it's free. Yes, you guys, Pluto TV is free. Has all kinds of, it's not going to have the latest and greatest stuff, but it's got some great stuff on it. There's a Star Trek channel All they do is they play Star Trek 24/7, free. Get you some Pluto TV, you guys, even if it's just for Star Trek. Random Star Trek episodes. I love watching Star Trek where I don't have to pick the episodes. I just want random episodes. Let's see here. Avis Archimedes says, Avis to the Krill upon learning of their current culture. Get a life. The Krill. Yeah, Avis is like, what's going on here with these Krills? You're supposed to be killing everybody. Why aren't you killing everybody? We tried, but we made friends with the Mocklins. Friends with the Mocklins. Gross. Knowing the silliness of the Orville, Shatner would be the voice of the father of Avis. It'd be cool to get Shatner. It'd be cool to get Patrick Stewart, who's a really good friends with Seth MacFarlane, by the way. Shatner needs to be the leader of space pirates. Wouldn't that be funny if he's like literally, and he's not an alien or anything, he's just a humanoid looking person, and he's the leader of the space pirates. The space captain, pirate captain. Did you like the Five Nights at Freddy movie? I did. I never cared about Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm just, an earlier generation. But my kid loves it. Loves Five Nights at Freddy's, always has. And so he wanted to go see it in the theater. So we planned it ahead of time. Like, yeah, we're going to go see that movie when it comes out. It was fine. I liked it. It was an okay story. But also, when I go see movies or watch movies, I don't expect a lot. So I usually enjoy most things because I just give them, credit where credit's due. Any movie is hard to make. Any of them, even the crappiest movie ever, is really hard to make. So I go in there just thinking, hey, these are people just trying to do some work. And I enjoyed it. I mean, there's little questions here and there, but I guess it got explained. I'm like, at first I was like, what's up with this cop? Why is she always around? But then you find out. So it made sense. I enjoyed it. It was a good 2 hours of time. I had an okay time. It's not the Orville, I'll tell you that. Peacock is part of NBC Universal, so perhaps the Orville experience at Universal Studios would be a nice day out. Wouldn't that be awesome? Even at Disneyland. Disney Plus owns Disneyland and vice versa. I would love a whole Tomorrowland to be totally Orville'd out, you guys. But Universal Studios could do a good job with it as well. Brian Dawkins, thank you so much.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, you look like the guy who's on the list because you know the DJ.
That's right. If Kelly's dad wasn't dead, he would be upset that they drank the bottle of booze he was keeping. Ooh. So, yes, there was a bottle of booze. He was keeping it, but they drank it. He might be dead. Or he would still have that bottle of booze. Uh-oh. My throat's getting scratchy. Remember last time, you guys? I had to end the stream because I couldn't talk anymore. Robin Markowitz, thank you so much. Let's give you a...
Everybody does it sometimes. I went to town on myself this morning. That's why I look so relaxed right now.
God, this whole ship is gross.
It is. Robin says, I just want to say thank you with all of my heart. Thank you so much, Robin, for saying that. We are here just to keep the Orville alive, to keep the fandom going, to keep the fandom running. I decided that a couple of years ago. I'm like, you know what? I am here for the Orville. I respect Seth too much. Not too much. I respect him a lot. A lot. I respect him too much not to keep this fandom going. And also, now that the strike's over, don't forget the new Ted series by Seth MacFarlane will be coming out sooner or later, and we will be covering that here. So, I mean, it's not going to be for kids. It's going to be more adult than the Orville. But if you're into that, watch it and come talk about it right here on Egotastic FunTime. And, there's always going to be Orville talk. We're always going to talk the Orville. Mark Lawrence, I love to see both William Shatner and Patrick Stewart as older captains that avoided being promoted, who are competing with each other for decades to see who could sleep with the most aliens. Oh my God, I love that. That is so freaking funny. And then maybe John's like, he's kind of like the up and comer. Maybe they're both legends when it comes to the ladies, the aliens, or whatever gender they're going for. And maybe John's attracted to that idea. But maybe they schooled John. John thought he had all this game. Maybe John teaches them something and they teach John something. And they all become friends together. T Stoney, what's going on? Hey JP, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you. I think I'm gonna keep it simple tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to my mom's house. We're gonna hand out candy on the porch. I'm gonna bring some of one of these lights so I can make it red or purple or green or something like that on the porch. My mom got a smoke machine, so she can have a smoke machine on the porch. We didn't get to carve pumpkins, but maybe we'll do that while we're handing out candy or something like that. T Stoney, thank you so much for that super chat. Let's do a...
Love is the fish hook that hooks the fish.
That's for you, T Stoney. Keep up the good work, bro. Here's the good ship Orville continuing. Here's to the good ship Orville continuing to sail. Make sure the name Orville is never forgotten, because we're going to get more. I know it's taken a long time. I know a lot of people are down. They're like, oh, I love the show, but it's over forever. No, it's not. It's just going to take a while. But they plan on making more from the universe of the Orville. Patrick Stewart does do great comedy. Didn't Patrick Stewart just come out with a book? Didn't he just come out with a biography? I might have to read that. I mean, I know the beginning is going to be a lot of drama with his dad, but we'll get through that. We'll see what else has been going on in Patrick Stewart's life. Don Ranger Power, what's going on? Hello, JP and all. Hope everyone's final weekend of the month was well, despite the passing of Matthew Perry, Richard Roundtree, and Richard Mole. Richard Mole and Richard Roundtree? I didn't hear about any of those two. Of course, I heard about Matthew Perry. Very sad. Very sad about Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry, he was never a big deal to me. I didn't grow up watching Friends, though I have watched a lot of Friends. But my wife watched a lot of Friends. She grew up watching it. So when she heard, she was devastated. And it's so sad. He just came back. He was on some show a bunch of months ago. It seemed like he really started to get his life together finally. So sad to hear about what happened to him. Most people deserve better. Almost 99.9% of people deserve better than what happened to him. Poor guy. Orville Nation, thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Sweet emotion.
That's right. Come on, Seth. Please make Scott Grimes' character in Ted be Gordon Malloy trapped on Earth with his family. Oh, that would be great. Now, I know that the Ted series, I believe it takes place in the 90s. Because, the movie, you got Mark Wahlberg. He plays the grown-up boy and his teddy bear. The TV series is going to be when he's still younger. So it's going to be a prequel to the Ted series. I believe it takes place in the 90s. I believe Scott Grimes, who plays Gordon Malloy, I believe he probably plays the dad, and I believe he has a mustache in the series. I don't know much else about it. I've been delaying doing too much research until Seth and the crew, a lot of Orville crew is working on that show as well. Until they start promoting, I wasn't really going to start promoting until they do. So that way I get some information, get some scenes from the series and pictures and all that stuff. But once they start promoting it, I'll be there helping to promote it with them, because I want Fuzzy Door Productions, Seth MacFarlane's company, to do well. So this is going to be a Fuzzy Door channel. Anytime they do something, we're going to be right here talking about it. That's the least I can do for Seth MacFarlane. He's been such a cool dude to me. He has been really great to me, really, really nice to me. He even responded to me the other day. I sent him a message wishing him happy birthday. He just turned 50 years old the other day, you guys. So happy birthday, Seth MacFarlane. And he responded to me, thanked me and all that stuff. I'm sure a lot of people don't get that from him. He's a busy dude with a lot of people coming after him, I bet. But yes, Orville Nation, we need Scott Grimes' character in Ted to be Gordon Malloy and his family. What's the woman that played his wife? Meester, something Meester. You guys know. You'll tell me. Don Ranger Power. I'd love to see Scott Bakula and Tim Allen guest star in the Orville as well. Scott Bakula and Tim Allen. Have we ever seen those two together? Are you talking about separately? I'd love to see them together. Let's have them meet brothers. But yeah, Tim Allen would actually be a good one because of Galaxy Quest. That would be great to see Tim Allen do something in sci-fi. What would he do? It'd have to be humorous. I just don't see. I saw him play a serious role once, but even then, he still had a little bit of a comedy vibe going with him. Brian Dawkins, thank you so much for re-upping as a member, official channel member of this channel. Happy anniversary to me, Orville friend, since 2017. Yes, we have. It's been a long road. Been a long road getting from there to here. 50 is the new 35. Seth. Yeah, when I hung out with Seth MacFarlane last year, he did not feel like he was almost 50. I mean, I don't feel like I probably don't seem like I'm almost 50, but I'm getting close. I just got a couple more years, you guys. But yes, 50 is the new 35. Seth. Sam Easton, I ship Dan and Jenny. Ooh, Jenny Turco and Dan the Man. A relationship. That would be a good one. Because we got there was no up. I don't think Jenny and John were together in season 3. John was getting busy with that spiky lady. And with Tala. Don't forget Tala. So he wasn't with Jenny in season 3. So Jenny's free to go find someone else. We know Dan's always up for love. He's looking. Galaxy Quest is so underrated. But also, I think a lot of people understand that Galaxy Quest is so underrated, which makes it rated. Galaxy Quest is a great movie. Such a good movie. I'm so glad they didn't do. I mean, they're always supposed to be coming out with a TV series, which would be great. But I'm so glad they didn't do a sequel to the movie because it would kind of diminish it, I think. Then it'd become a cash grab as opposed to the wonderful tribute to fandom that it actually ended up being. Wait a minute. Tim is doing another Santa Claus movie. Last year on one of the streaming services, I can't remember which one, maybe Disney Plus, I don't know. They did the Santa Clauses, I think it was called, which was Tim Allen in the Santa Claus movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the series. It was, I don't know, 6 to 8 episodes, something like that. I really enjoyed it. I thought, oh, this is great. I was in the Christmas spirit and all that stuff. Never thought of them actually doing another movie, but I guess they would. Gotta make that money. Especially at Christmas time, they make all these tons of Hallmark Christmas movies every year. Everyone's trying to get a new Christmas song. They're trying to create a new Christmas song to make that Christmas money. Trying to make movies to make that Christmas money. TV shows to make that Christmas money. Something like the Santa Claus with Tim Allen would make that Christmas money. So I guess good on them. Leighton Meester. Orville Nation, that time travel show you told me to watch, JP, with Leighton Meester before Orville was funny. Too bad it got canceled. Yes. What was that called? I remember. It was great. Brian, you know the name of that show. That time travel show, Leighton Meester. Time, with the duffel bag time machine. Such a good show. A lot of Gordon Malloy vibes in it from the main character, even though he's not played by Scott Grimes. But yes, Orville Nation, I'm glad you watched it. That show deserved to be watched. There's only one season. Brianna says, MacFarlane verse word of the day. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Howard Stern's weenus, I guess I'll say, make it clean. Oh, Mr. Tom Pickle says, perhaps I was confused. It's a show. Mind blown. Making History is the name of that time travel show. You guys, the season before the Orville premiered, there was a show called Making History, which very much I think would appeal to people that are fans of the Orville. Really fun time travel show. Comedy. Very Gordon Malloy-ish with the main character. Leighton Meester's in it. She's incredibly funny in it. She's somebody out of time, and they use that in the script. She's out of time. A lot of jokes come from that. It's great. I made a review of Making History all those years ago. Maybe it's still on the channel. I don't know. Over the years, I've cleaned up videos from the channel. I've brought some back. I've removed some back and forth, all depending on what the algorithm's telling me to do. Maybe it's still on there. If not, maybe I'll put it on the Patreon page so people can watch it. John Byrne. Oh, and also thank you for that super chat, Brian Hawkins. And also,
I can promise you that if anyone comes at you or tries to take you down, I'm going to mess them up first.
That's right, Brian. I'm going to mess up anybody that comes after you. John Burns, what were the pancakes? And did you ever get my latex salesman joke? I don't remember that. I don't know, John Burns. What were the pancakes? You guys talking about pancakes? The duffel bag time machine, Orville Nation. Yep, I loved it. You have to get in this duffel bag. It's a time machine duffel bag. You can fit a lot of people in that duffel bag. But yeah, the Santa Clauses. It was a good Christmas show. Duffel bag time machine. Okay, so you guys, with the Orville renewal announcement getting closer and closer and closer, once they make the announcement, I'm going full force on this channel again. Right now, I've been working every day. I've been doing Uber driving every day of the week, just trying to keep the lights on here. It's tough. I won't have rent money this Wednesday, but a couple days later I will. So I've been doing that 7 days a week, and I've been doing the shorts, just trying to keep the channel going, keep the Orville on people's minds, in front of their faces, so that when it finally gets the announcement and people are caring about the Orville again, we're going full force on this channel. We're going to be doing monthly watch parties again on this channel, live parties where we're watching an episode of the Orville and talking about it while we're watching it. I'll have the video a little bit covered up, but I'll have the subtitles on there and we can chat about the episode, talk about behind the scenes stuff, as well as all Orville stuff. I'm going to go back to doing the hardcore reviews of the episodes that we have. And then of course we're going to be building up as we learn news about the new projects that the Orville is doing, as well as of course other Seth MacFarlane projects that are coming up, things like that. We're going to be going hardcore on this channel. Leave the shorts over onto the second channel. The second channel is just for shorts. Go back to just long form videos on this channel. But right now, the shorts have been doing well. I've gotten 5,000 new subscribers just in the last 28 days because of doing the shorts. And it's bringing in a little bit of money to help keep the lights on. And that's also why I'm working every single day of the week doing the rideshare stuff, which is fine. Yes, John Burns, Lieutenant Dan likes walnut pancakes. Mouthgasm. But yeah, we're I've been keeping the Orville afloat for all this time for the year, but I'm very excited to get back into the hardcore Orville stuff. And I'm really looking forward to the Ted stuff, you guys. I haven't seen any footage yet from the new Orville series. I've just been waiting. I haven't even actively been researching anything on the new Ted series. I'm just waiting for the announcement to come up, and then we're going to get into the Ted series. But yeah, Dan likes walnut pancakes, and he likes refurnishing antique furniture. A lot of people forget about that. The dude is handsy. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean in a good way. He's handy, not handsy. Well, he's probably handsy too, but he's also very handy. No, I don't think I got the latex salesman joke though, John. Sam Easton, what's going on? Tala's on the short list of people I allow to mess me up. She would. She'd mess you up really good. She's a little too strong. One thing I always wondered, they've never really addressed it on the Orville when it comes to Salayans, is how much do they weigh? We know they're really strong because of the high gravity, but because of the high gravity of their planet, they should also be very dense people. I would think if she's as strong as 10 people, which I think she's probably stronger than 10 people, but if she has the strength of 10 people, she should have the density, the body mass, well, not size-wise, but dense-wise, of 10 people. So does Tala weigh like 1,000 pounds? I would believe it if she did. She brought home, well, it wasn't really her, but she brought back to the ship some Salayan chocolate trusses, which Ed said is the most dense chocolate he's ever had in his life. And she's like, dense, heavy gravity, dense desserts, this, and that. I would like to know more about the biology of a Salayan off-world. I would think she'd have to be incredibly heavy, incredibly, just dense, just thick. What do you guys think? John Burns says, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Red, green. Yeah, handy or handsy. Handsome and handsy. That's what I'm known as. It's handsome and handsy, you guys. There's a difference between mass and weight. I don't understand any of that. I would like to know more. Yeah, Ted's going to be a big deal. It's Seth MacFarlane's other newest live action project. And it's his first real show on Peacock. He got that Peacock deal years ago, and he hasn't really been able to follow through all the way with it yet because of all the hiccups, the COVID situation, the strike, working on the Orville, which isn't on Peacock. So he's had all this stuff in the way of actually putting out that first real Peacock series. So I'm sure Peacock is going to go nuts with promoting the Ted series. And a lot of people don't realize the Ted movies, Ted and Ted 2, were actually huge worldwide, huge box office numbers from those movies worldwide. So I'm sure there's going to be a big audience for it. Brian Dawkins, what?
Tractor beam activated. It's pulling us in. Oh no!
That's Dan with cupcakes, you guys. Brian says, it was fun hanging out today. I hope we can hang out in November. Hanging out with you is worth the cost of a meal. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for hanging out. I'm actually about to end the live stream here. I just plan on doing an hour. Family's got dinner waiting for me. I guess I'm lucky. I got family that made dinner for me. Yes, November. I plan on starting doing the watch parties of the Orville. I wanted to start it this week, but I just don't have time. Family and holidays, you guys. So I'm trying to put my family in in front of everything. I don't want to leave them on the by the wayside. John Burns, Starship Troopers. Would you like to know more? Yes, I would like to know more. Why do we hate these bugs so much? Because war makes money. That's why. We need an enemy. Might as well be bugs. We'll just make these bugs our enemies, and we can still do our little propaganda stuff going on. Starship Troopers. Want to know more? Careful how deep you go in the rabbit trail. No, that's not what it's called. Rabbit hole. There you go.
Hooray!
But yes, we're going to be doing more stuff. I've just been waiting for the Orville to get back into the trending mode, to start trending around this world so we can get back to doing the content that I like to do. I like to do the deep dives of the episodes, of the moments. I'm trying to figure out how to do informative, fun, yet shorter videos. I haven't quite figured that out yet. When it comes to long ass videos, 8 to 10 minutes, ain't nobody got time for that. 3-4 minute videos. I'm also going to be experimenting with shorts, maybe on the other channel. We'll see. I'm still doing shorts here until the other channel gets monetized. And then once the other channel gets monetized, all the shorts will always be on that channel and not this channel. But I'm trying to, thinking of doing some more informative shorts. Like, did you know Orville facts about the Orville? Those chocolates were from the imposter, though weren't. Yes, I kind of mentioned that when I was talking about it. It wasn't really Tala, I said. But I'm sure the stuff that was going on was, would be real if it was really Tala. Yeah, those chocolates from that episode, that was Mortality Paradox. Yeah, that was the imposter Tala. From Future Girl. What her name? Even though, is she from the future? I guess she is from the future, but from a different universe. Did she ever give her name? Yes. I know her name. What was her name? The one, I can't remember the name of that character. The one that played the girl that made all the pocket universe, the fake pocket universe for Majority. No, Minority Paradox. Michael Ironside, the Canadian version of Bruce Campbell. Oh, is Michael Ironside Canadian? I didn't even know that. Wait, is Bruce Campbell Canadian? I can't remember. I kind of feel like Bruce Campbell's Canadian, but I could be wrong on that too. Do you know if Halston Sage is all right? Well, Halston Sage did show up for a cameo playing Alara in season 3 in the season finale. She was also done little roles. She was in that video game, The Quarry. I tried playing that. I found it so freaking boring that I stopped playing it, even though I got it for free. I guess she's okay. I don't know. In a new season of the Orville, will we see Alara? I don't care if we see her or not, but if we do see her, I would like her to be a part of a mission. We need her to help us out on a mission for whatever reason. And I'd love to see her and Tala kick some booty together, side by side. Double dragons, you guys. Campbell is not Canadian. So everybody who for a second was thinking, oh, Bruce Campbell Canadian, he is not Canadian. So don't start spreading that rumor around. Though I don't think it would hurt him in any way. But yeah, Ted's going to be a big deal, Orville Nation. But all right, you guys, I'm going to have to wrap this up here. We're getting more Orville. We haven't got the announcement yet. Maybe something will happen where they're like, oh, no, I guess not. We're not going to do it. But that's not going to happen. We're going to get some more Orville. And we're going to be talking about it. Priya is the future woman. Oh, yeah. I want to see Priya again. I think the character Priya, I have a story idea where she doesn't remember anything, and actually her life is different now because she's not using a wormhole, manipulating a wormhole to travel through time. She's using time travel technology to travel through time that was invented by Isaac and John vis-a-vis Dr. Aronov with the Aronov device. Because she doesn't have that wormhole, that time wormhole anymore. They don't have it. Ed closed it, but then they invented time travel. So why wouldn't her people have that time travel technology? So she could use that. We could see her. She won't remember anything, but we can get her back. I am pretty damn sure. Thank you. T Stoney says, be safe, JP. Jaloja. You know what? You know what I got to say to that? You know what I got to say to that?
Jaloja!
Jaloja, one and all. And I hope everybody has a great day tomorrow, whether you're just hanging out at home, or if you're going trick-or-treating with the kids, or just trick-or-treating by yourself, getting that candy, passing out the candy. I hope you all have a great time. We will be, as soon as there's official Orville news, it's going to be coming out right here on this channel. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to help keep this channel going to keep it holding on until we get that announcement, there's a link at the top of the chat or in the description to help support the channel, to keep the lights on here. I'm just been trying to keep the lights on so we can still keep talking about the Orville, you guys. Denal, that's it. That's the name of the lady. Gosh, I even know the actress's name and I can't remember right now, but she sings with Seth MacFarlane. That new Christmas album that Seth MacFarlane is coming out with this Friday, November 3rd. The woman he sings with on that album is the woman who played Denal in that episode for Mortality Paradox, you guys. And then once we get that announcement, and once we start getting news, cast readings, they're opening the studio again, getting things built, all this stuff, we're going to be talking about it. But we're also going to be going deeper into past episodes as well, like we do. But right now, we're just going to talk about the Orville, hang out sometimes, have a watch party, have some shorts, and then we'll get back to the long-form videos when the YouTube audience is looking for them. Thank you guys so much. So good to hang out. We're going to do it again soon. I'll make an announcement on the channel here. And otherwise, I'll see you very soon. And as always, I hope all your times are Orville-tastic fun times, and we all do better when we all do better.